This is Vice Commandant Grevin. Intruders have boarded the storm carrier. All regulators, maximum alert. Intruders are overloading the reactors. Protect the control terminals at all costs. 1 million credits to whoever finds the intruders. 10 million to whoever kills them.
Warning. Warning. Reactors 2, 5, and 8. Approaching critical mass. Carrier cooling system has been disabled.
I knew you were ruthless, but you'd destroy this carrier. Kill everyone aboard just to make a point. If I didn't have to shoot you, I'd give you a job.
You're the one who sent those regulators to kill Lambda, aren't you? I remember you from our holochats.
I've been looking forward to this. Once you're dead, the cartel's paying us more than we'd earn in a lifetime from this planet's idiot government. McKeb can burn for all we care. So can your republic. Isotope 5 will change everything. Once they're done mining McKeb, the Hutts will own this galaxy.
The cartel is destroying McKeb to mine Isotope 5? What makes that substance worth all this?
No point telling you. Won't do any good. You've cost me a fortune today, but I can still recover my expenses. Time to settle your debt.
Warning. Total reactor network meltdown in progress. Abandon ship. Repeat. Abandon ship.
You might need a lift. Hang on, I'm coming in.
People of McKeb, your heroes return.
Watch out. Uncle Shalem's running for president of whatever planet we all move to.
This distinguished Jedi has protected our oppressed people and bestowed hope on McKeb. The regulators are defeated. The Ark is secured.
McKeb is a paradise. You built this planet with blood and sweat, patience and love. Now your home is dying, as all things must. But you won't die with it. You will survive. Gather your memories and your friends close. Cherish the legacy of McKeb, and your world will live on. The Force is with you.
I meant what I said. All of it. The Ark is safe, and we'll soon have it ready to fly. We've earned a moment to celebrate. Especially you.
Back at the Hutt embassy, we found a holo that said the Ark was being built to transport something called Isotope 5. When we faced Grevin, he said Isotope 5 will change the galaxy. But he wouldn't say how. Does that name mean anything to you?
Sounds more like some idiotic Hutt code name than a scientific discovery.
We finally have mighty to borrow the Hutt's attention. Calling to congratulate us, old friend?
If we give you back that ship to borrow, we all die when McKeb's core explodes. We're keeping it. Let us know if you need a lift. Thanks for telling us where to fuel up the Ark. We'll be right over.
I recognize where that droid was attacking. Tarlem. It's a small city without defenses. I'll summon a shuttle to take you there. Please, save my people.
Taboro's new weapon must be stopped. The Jedi will protect your city.
I'm sending an emergency signal to the Republic. We need a science expert down here. If Taboro's telling the truth about Isotope 5, we're still stranded, and that Hutt's going to slaughter us all. Hurry to Tarlem and stop his droid.
What's the galaxy coming to? Hutt's invading, planets cracking in half, and now whatever it was. Somebody tell me what that was.
It appeared to be a droid, Mayor.
Here I was, thinking it was a shiny Wookiee on stilts wearing turbo lasers for a hat. A droid indeed. Who the blazes are you?
I represent the Jedi. I was sent by Shalem Avesta to defend you from this attack.
In that case, welcome to Tarlam. This mesa's already collapsing. Now, I've got wounded people everywhere, and all the working shuttle pads are outside town.
You obviously can't stay. What will it take to get your people out of here safely?
It's not a question of resources. We're racing disaster here. No telling when this mesa will fall apart.
Mayor, we're getting emergency alerts. The Hutts are landing reinforcements, mercenaries, and more of those droids.
Lovely. I'm the one-legged woman at the droid kicking contest.
They're holding the shuttle pads. We'll never get off the mesa unless someone drives the enemy off.
Leave the Hutt forces to me. I'll open the routes out of here. You be ready to move your people.
Just clearing off the pads isn't enough, though. We need to stop the Hutts from landing more reinforcements until we've all evacuated.
We could erect energy shields, Mayor. Cover the pads so they can only be used for flying out.
Solaire, you're actually useful. If we got you some energy shields, could you set them up at each landing pad?
You can count on me. Complicated missions are my specialty. I'll clear the shuttle pads and make sure they won't work for the Hutts.
Gather the wounded, prep for evacuation on the double. We are leaving.
Take these energy shields. Activate them at the landing pads. Good luck.
We're under attack in the central square! Help us! Hurry!
That's far enough, thank you. Jedi should recognize an inferior bargaining position when they see it, yes?
Please, the next groundquake could destroy this mesa. Kill us all.
Then let's keep the negotiations brief, hmm? We've done no harm to these people. All we seek is the droid's Isotope 5 power supply.
Mayor, is this Imperial telling the truth? None of your people were injured in the attack?
Just a few bumps and bruises to get our attention. Don't much care for having a blaster stuck at my head, though.
No time for debate. Let us have the Isotope 5 or we'll be forced to execute the prisoners. I'm sure no one wants that.
I came here to save lives, not end them. Since you haven't hurt anyone, I can afford to be merciful.
I knew I could trust you to see the light, Master Jedi. Men, it's time we were going.
Thought we were deader than a depleted reactor. Thanks. I'm sure it wasn't easy letting those Imperials go.
The Republic doesn't throw away its people just to win an argument.
I had my doubts when Shalem pledged Makeb to you folks. But I've got no complaints now.
We'd better get moving.
I'll tell Shalem to expect wounded.
Mayor, good to see you alive. I trust everything is under control?
Listen, Shalem. An Imperial strike team was just here. They stole a sample of Isotope 5.
How do they even know it exists? One more thing to worry about.
We're evacuating Tarlam and bringing the wounded with us.
We'll have medics standing by at the refugee center, Mayor. Take your people there. I've set up a new camp near the Ark construction site.
You have the coordinates. Meet me to plot our next move.
We'll be there soon, Shalem. Do you have a plan in mind?
The Republic sent down a top engineer to review the Ark's schematics. He's made some interesting discoveries. Hurry.
Ah, you're here. Good news. Tarlem's refugees evacuated safely, and no fresh reports of Toboro's droids. You bought us time, and we'll need it. This is Gazadar, one of the Republic's top engineers, and a brave man for coming down here.
Of all the Jedi, you're the one I've been most excited to meet. I'd love to pick your brain about holocron design.
Holocrons are more than merely technology. I'll happily discuss them with you, once we're all safely off Makeb.
I'll need time to think up questions anyway.
Gaz just made it through the analysis of the Ark schematics. I'm sad to report that Toboro wasn't lying.
The Ark was specifically built to run on Isotope 5. It's the only energy source capable of pushing that massive vessel through Makeb's atmosphere.
I still haven't heard a decent explanation for what that substance is. What makes Isotope 5 so special?
It appears to be a radioactive variant of Illyrium, unique to Makeb's planetary core. From what little I've examined, it's nearly a template element. Isotope 5 can be modified into all manner of useful configurations, including a potent fuel source. But I'm no expert.
Then we need the real brains behind the Hutt Cartel's operations here. Dr. Juvard Ilip Ogorob. And we know where he is.
Whoa. The only 5-time winner of the Beodur Science Prizes on Makeb? Are you saying he designed the Ark?
Probably those droids, too. Dr. Ogorob has been holed up at the Sanctuary Research Complex since before his people invaded. If anyone knows about Isotope 5, it's him.
Sounds like we're headed for Sanctuary. We need a full briefing and quick. I can feel the ground shifting while we stand here.
The Sanctuary Research Complex is one of the most advanced experimental laboratories in the galaxy. It's on an isolated mesa completely under Hutt control.
There's no telling what sort of defenses a genius like Dr. Ogorob has there. And you'll be going in blind.
There are data access terminals on Sanctuary's testing grounds. Try accessing one. It might let you disable any unwelcome surprises. Otherwise, good luck.
I don't care how well defended Sanctuary is. I'm tougher. I'll have Dr. Ogorob back in time for dinner.
I have no plans to defeat him. It would cost a fortune.
And please, for the love of science, don't hurt Dr. Ogorob. I didn't bring a way to preserve his brain.
It's high time you Republic agitators showed up. Toboro and his brutes have this entire facility captive. I was wondering if you'd ever bother liberating it.
We're not getting a stable image on this end. Who are you, and how do you know us?
Please, call me Lippy. After all you've done to the cartel, everyone on Makeb knows you. There are many on this mesa being forced to work as slaves. We would be honored to aid your attack. We possess detailed data on the lethal security grid Toboro installed across the mesa. We'll help you destroy it so you can enter the main complex, and we can escape.
If you have information, now's the time to share it. Things are about to get loud.
I am transmitting data on several key objectives. Each will provide you ample opportunity to convey your displeasure with Toboro. Stand by. Follow those instructions precisely. You'll not only gain access to the main complex, you'll destroy Toboro's security grid. We'll speak again when you reach the main complex entrance.
Toboro's security grid is down. We're entering the main complex.
Splendiferous! You've eliminated many of that bully's unforgivably barbaric thugs, but more remain inside the complex. Once you've eliminated them and disabled any internal defenses, we will evacuate Sanctuary. Your heroics are most appreciated, and we will return the favor. It is obvious you came for the illustrious Dr. Ogorob. We're transmitting his coordinates so that you may quickly find him. Best of luck.
Yokanta patachawa vermo, moki ilema wahata. La joba num botafa, abatikuna chitu nik na nolia.
Jobei juta, kasoya ikoi, radoe tapa chapapa.
We're fighting over a dying planet. This madness must end. Let the Jedi help you negotiate peace and end this pointless conflict.
Tutti puna puna, manchi kapuk, nume slimo.
Mochimo. Ubanchome alipa isti patoka. Churlish nincompoop. You can see why I was forced to lend my brilliance to your assault. I'm glad you're here. My apologies for the earlier subterfuge. A necessary contrivance. Taboro seized control of my defenses and was watching me closely. But I am no one's prisoner.
You helped us defeat your own security grid. I thought your people only spoke in Huttese.
All Hutts can speak your language. We simply choose not to. Given the circumstances, I prefer to avoid linguistic misunderstandings. We have complementary goals. You want what Taboro possesses, and I wish very much not to die here. Provide me with transport off this doomed planet. I will aid your efforts to recover the Isotope 5 fuel rods that power Taboro's Ark.
Tell us where the fuel rods are and we'll consider your offer.
What you seek lies within Taboro's private fortress. That part is elementary. Accessing it will require abundant artistry. I have a personal shuttle here. It's large enough to accommodate us all. Thanks to you, it can now fly. We should leave before Taboro sends an army to kill us. Take me to your allies, and I will explain what must be done.
Doctor, it's such an honor. I'm so glad we weren't forced to kill you.
Don't make our guest any more nervous than he already is. The Republic only kills in self-defense.
As I saw on our flight from Sanctuary, you specialize in artful property damage.
Now that you're here, what can you tell us about Isotope 5? How does it fuel the Ark?
Isotope 5. Taboro's great discovery at the center of Makeb. Something truly unique in all the galaxy, and worth destroying this planet to obtain. Imagine a substance as light as shimmer silk, but stronger than Durasteel. It distorts gravity and electromagnetic fields so predictably that it can be refined into fuel. Isotope 5 has limitless potential to remake this galaxy. Those droids you battled were first-generation prototypes. Playthings.
Isotope 5 is the cartel's key to becoming a galactic superpower. That's why they invaded Makeb, and why Taboro won't back down.
He has staked the cartel's entire future on this world. He cannot fail here. I crafted a beautiful set of Isotope 5 fuel rods to power Taboro's Ark. Some of my finest work, but you'll never see it. According to my data stream, Taboro has increased mining production to maximum levels. Makeb's destruction will arrive far ahead of schedule. You have a spacecraft, yes? We should depart immediately.
We won't abandon millions of Makeb refugees. You said you could help us get the fuel rods back.
That was before I saw the latest updates on Taboro's drilling operations.
The mining platforms are massive lasers drilling directly into the planet. Shutting them down would release core pressure and buy us time.
Attacking the mining platforms would be suicidal. Even worse, it might kill me. Wait, why do I get the feeling you're serious?
You just confirmed our next move. Stay put and hope we make it back.
Death by Taboro or slow suicide with the Republic. Perhaps I have chosen poorly.
I fear it won't be as easy as flipping switches. The platforms and their control rooms will be heavily defended.
Everything on this planet has been an ordeal. I'd hate to break our perfect record. But don't worry. Those drilling lasers are going offline.
If they don't, I doubt we'll see each other again. I'll have a transport to the mining platforms prepped for you immediately. Keep us apprised of your progress.
Thanks for the assist. Private Vandalic 8th Imperial Infantry. Might keep your distance. Insides leaking out.
You didn't come alone. Where's the rest of your squad?
Scattered around. Our forces were thorough. Droids especially. Not much time, so listen. Wasn't always Imperial military. Born on Makeb. Caught wind of the Hutt takeover, and volunteered for this. Defend my old home.
You don't sound like a typical Imperial. Didn't realize the military was recruiting outside their space.
Was this, or mining? Bad choice, looking back. Orders were to steal Isotope 5. But I wanted to help your evacuation. Still have friends and family here. Shutting down drills, not enough. Need to open emergency release valves at primary control center. Reduce core pressure.
You're a soldier, not a geologist. How did you figure all this out on your own?
I grew up on these platforms. My father was a foreman. Used Slicer Spike in Control Center's mainframe. Override Hutt security lockout. Take control. Vent the core. Control Center's heavily guarded. Sorry, that part's on you. Please get my people off this rock.
Death is not the end. We are all simply echoes of the living force.
Nice thought. Wish I could stay.
Lambda, Gez. We're at the drilling site's primary control center. An Imperial soldier, an ex-native, told us to open the emergency release valves. He said it was the only way to release planetary core pressure. Do you agree?
Tectonic vibrations are still off the charts. Coranto Mesa just exploded. Good thing we're not there. Those drilling lasers were working overtime. The heat buildup beneath the planet's crust is massive. Venting the core would cool things off.
Sounds like it's our only option. Slicing the mainframe now.
It's working. Readings show seismic activity falling quickly. That should buy you enough time to get the Ark's fuel rods.
I think it's time we finally paid Taboro a visit in person. Where can we find that Hutt?
You don't want to go anywhere near him until you get help from our new friends. We've had an interesting development while you were gone. Dr. Ogorob isn't the only Hutt on Makeb who's changing sides. The local Hutt Cartel leaders, minus Taboro, want to negotiate with you personally. Hurry back to camp and meet us in the diplomatic tent.
You sold us out to that maniac Taboro? Now that he's turned on you, we're supposed to save your skins? Incredible.
Had we known Taboro was insane, we never would have supported him. He is no longer Hutt Cartel. We formally shun him. However, in breaking ties with Taboro, we find ourselves stranded on Makeb with you. We are prepared to offer generous compensation for seating and cargo space aboard the Ark.
Cargo? Are you delusional? Your bodies take up more room than a dozen good people.
Ah, one of the Republic's greatest heroes. Just the person we could use to bring some wisdom and perspective to the discussion.
In my experience, wisdom and perspective are necessary qualities for anyone who desires harmony.
Where was the Hutt's wisdom when they mined my world to death?
Most revered Republic champions, my masters apologize for this unfortunate situation. Surely we can reach a state of mutually beneficial recompense and earn passage aboard the Ark?
My people deserve rescue. The Hutt Cartel's leaders can't just beg their way out.
Shalem's right. But these are the most powerful Hutts in the galaxy. We can name our price to save their lives, and think what that means for defeating the Empire.
You think we should combine forces with the Hutts and attack the Empire together?
We can't lose sight of the real enemy here, or how much the Hutts fear you. Taboro has lost his mind, and these cartel leaders know it. They can't go back to him. They need us.
Honored Republic heroes, you are known for mercy and greatness. Can you find it within yourselves to forgive our profound error in judgment?
In many ways, we are defined by our mistakes. We can let them destroy us, or use them as opportunities to grow. Tell me, are you truly prepared to change?
Honored Republic negotiators, my masters will happily continue debasing themselves, but Makeb's time grows short. If you provide safe passage for my masters and their cargo, they will fully commit the cartel to an alliance with the Republic. Surely you find this agreeable?
Inform your masters that they'll be allowed to board the Ark with the other refugees. Personal belongings will be loaded as space permits. First priority will be given to food, medicine, and other items essential to survival. Erodium-plated statues will not qualify. We'll negotiate exactly what responsibilities the cartel has to the Republic once this crisis is over. We'll expect full cooperation.
My masters wish no further hostilities with you. The offer is accepted without condition.
I think you're the first in galactic history to force the Hutts into a deal they can't afford. Now all we need are those fuel rods. Dr. Ogorov is with Shalem. You should coordinate with them.
The cartel has deserted you, Taboro. You have no allies left. Don't be a fool. Give us the fuel rods.
Taboro, there's something very wrong with you. Listen to what you're saying. It doesn't make sense.
That inbred imbecile has abandoned all sanity. You'll have to take the Ark's fuel rods by force. His palace is a testament to my artistry. I poured my spirit into designing lethal defenses. I also left myself a private entrance inside.
Finding a way inside the palace is the least of our problems. We're heading into the heart of a lunatic's private playground.
Taboro will have far more than my inspired designs guarding him. His most lethal soldiers and Isotope 5 droids patrol every corridor.
We'll hold this position until you get back.
Without those fuel rods, millions will die. If you can't get them, I'm canceling your parade.
Tell your people not to worry. We'll get those fuel rods, no matter what.
Be safe.
You now have coordinates and the security code to my secret entrance. Once you're inside, contact me for more information. Don't die.
Your hidden entrance appears to be unguarded, Doctor.
Of course. Taboro doesn't even know it exists. He has no eye for such exquisite detail. He is also despairingly predictable, and almost certainly ranting away in his throne room while clutching the fuel rods to his bosom. I am transmitting procedures to defeat the security protocols separating you from Taboro. Follow them precisely. I'll be unable to reach you via holo after this.
We can take things from here. You've been most helpful. The Republic will remember your cooperation.
Perhaps your Supreme Chancellor will reward me with my own private laboratory. The planet Tisharon would be perfect. A last word of advice. Taboro asked for some rather unorthodox droid designs. It's possible he actually built a few. If so, good luck with them.
Yona, Liska Chananga Wachi, Kospaini, Kontinka. La Joba Numbotafa, Avati Kuna Chido Nignanolia.
This planet may not be around much longer, but its people will always be part of the Republic.
Sobeituta, Kasoya Rikoi, Radoeta Pachatopa, Unchimo. Uban Chonea Lipa Isti Patoga.
A Jedi only seeks confrontation when there's no other recourse. You've had plenty of time to be reasonable. This is your last chance, Taboro.
Ogwa, Je Chopa Chimpa, Nolia Makachisa, Tumta Zuzaneko, Inada Noya Okatao, Sasalus. Hindi Yayo Banapi, Doha. Ras, Kanuta Perolkas Punta, Nonna Pakisa, Tekaya Shrek Kurola, Woska Kwa Bobana. Unijoka, Nucha, Chipawa una Chichi Tua.
You left us no chance to get you out of here alive, Taboro. Goodbye. The Ark's fuel rods, as promised. Toboro's gone, along with his entire supply of Isotope 5.
The whole planet felt it. Lambda says the explosion triggered a chain reaction in the planet's core. If you have unfinished business, better make it quick. I'll take the fuel rods and get our people to work installing them. I left a shielded shuttle here at the camp. It's your ticket off McKeb. The rest of us are taking the Ark.
We're in this together. If there's trouble, you'll need help. I'm sure the Ark can seat a few extra people.
The space is tighter than you can imagine. I appreciate the offer, but you've done more than enough for us. I hope we meet again on Keylander Station.
The fuel rods are in place. Power levels are at 80%. I hope it's enough.
It'll have to be. Lambda says there's a fissure opening directly beneath us. We're launching before the mesa collapses.
Reported the catastrophe on the surface, we feared the worst.
The Republic just inherited several million people who need a new home.
Please meet me in Keylander Station's conference chamber. We have much to discuss.
The Supreme Chancellor requested a meeting.
Welcome back. I was informed that you survived a terrifying ordeal. You have my deepest admiration. Ah, here they are.
Millions of hungry mouths to feed and nothing to show for it. You pledged McKeb to us, Shalem, and you knew it was doomed.
We had no idea the planet was that unstable. Our offer was made in good faith.
My uncle is a businessman, Chancellor. But in this case, he's telling the truth.
You knew the groundquakes were getting worse. You used the Republic, knowing we'd be obligated to help your people even if you had nothing to offer in return.
They didn't know McKeb was doomed. Only that the groundquakes were increasing after the Hutts took over. They didn't voice all of their suspicions, but they were trying to save lives. Would we have acted any different?
That hardly matters now. This is a debacle. We came here seeking resources to defeat the Sith Empire. Instead, we're walking away with debts and obligations.
What about the Hutt leaders? You negotiated a peace agreement with them, didn't you?
He's right. The cartel leaders have promised to support the Republic wholeheartedly.
So we have a worthless ally and a broken one. Still, the Hutts possess considerable wealth. Only the cartel leaders who needed rescuing agreed to this alliance. Fortunately, they possess most of the wealth and power. They'll neutralize any holdouts. With our new friend's wealth and warships, we've gained a substantial advantage over the Empire. That doesn't address the problem of McKeb's people, however. I need a solution.
The Hutts destroyed McKeb. It seems only fair they should pay the cost of caring for its refugees. We can hold their warships in reserve and use them to protect vulnerable systems. Meanwhile, the Hutts will build a colony for McKeb's people.
I had to twist your arm to call the Republic. Glad you finally swallowed that spirit of independence?
After everything we've been through, to receive such generosity. Thank you all.
The people of McKeb need someone guiding them to their new home. I think you're the right person for that job, Shalem.
I'm not. But you've shown me what a true leader looks like. I'll follow that example.
I want to speak with my operative in private. Please excuse us. You've made the best of an unfortunate situation. Well done. The Hutts want to be on the winning side of this war, and you've shown them who that is. We have you alone to thank for this alliance.
Let's hope what we achieved here will ripple across the galaxy and rally more forces to our cause.
This victory has already been noted by several independent factions. Our diplomats will be quite busy. For too long, the Republic has wasted time reacting to the enemy. We must fight this war to win by going on the offensive. savor this victory. Return to the war's front lines and press our advantage. Together, we will be triumphant.